Happens when your parents pass away with no will and a mortgage on the property. This is how the probate process is going to work. They pass away, you get their death certificate, you file the death certificate along with the petition for probate at the probate courts in the county where your parents lived. They will open up the probate process, appoint you as the administrator of the estate. It is now your responsibility to pay off the debts and then distribute the assets out to the beneficiaries. You have to publicly notify creditors that your parents have passed away. When they come to you and say, hey, your parents owe us money for these debts, you will have to take liquid assets inside the estate, which would be money, savings accounts, investment accounts, etc., pay those debts off. If you don't have enough money inside of the estate, you have to sell off physical assets like the home with the mortgage. Now, if you get to keep the property, you don't have so many debts that you need to sell the house, and you're going to keep the property and distribute it out to the beneficiaries. It's your responsibility as the administrator to notify the lender that your parents have passed away, that you have the layers of administration, and you're the one managing that estate. It is also your responsibility to continue making the payments on that property, continue making payments for utilities, insurance, taxes, etc. for that property, so it's maintained. You're not getting any liens or foreclosures or anything like that on the property during the probate process. Then, once all of the debts are paid off, you can distribute that property out to the beneficiaries, and when they take over the ownership of that property, they will either assume the loan that your parents had, or they will have to refinance the property into their personal name. Generally, an assumption can happen when the beneficiary moves into that property and uses it as their primary residence. And then generally, you'll have to refinance the property if you are just holding it and not using it as your primary residence, i.e. a rental property. If you want help setting any of this up, click the link in the bio, fill out the form, and schedule a time to talk to someone on our team.